Hi guys, I'm Nicole Kauffman and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be talking about our favorite Montessori toys for the age range of 1 to 2 years old. So I love the Montessori method. When I was first introduced to Montessori style play, I immediately fell in love. There are so many things I love about it. Now Montessori in general is kind of a concept of like child-led, interest-led learning versus just, that top-down model of learning. And so they've found a lot of ways to incorporate this not only to school age kids but also to young kids and babies. And when I was learning about this in the beginning, I just loved it. Not only just the child-led approach that they are engaging in things that are interesting to them and engaging and things that help them to learn along the way and develop that interest along the way, but also the minimalistic approach. It's not a toy bin full of toys that are scattered across your whole entire house, which still does happen in our house at times, but it's just very minimalistic. You have a couple of toys out, and I have found that our son was so much more engaged with just one toy out than the floor littered with a bunch of different toys that he loved. So I just love this style of play, style of learning, and so I'm going to go through and share some of our favorite toys. A lot of these toys actually I bought in the 0 to 1 year old range, and I'll talk about that in my next video where I go through those toys, but I love the toys that grow with them, which is kind of the focus I had when I bought a lot of these toys. So I'll kind of touch on that a little bit with each one, but for the most part I'm just going to focus on what they were kind of beneficial with in this age range. And yeah, I'm just going to go, I have them all around me here, and we do try and rotate them out. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started with some of our favorites. I'll probably say this one was one of our favorites to every single one because he did love them so much. But let's go ahead and just get started. Okay, so this toy here, I remember when I learned about it, I was like, I want one so bad. And I actually found this at a consignment sale that I go to, and I was just so excited because I didn't think I'd find the one specific Montessori toy that I was looking for. So this one is great. It does grow with them. I got it when he was young. In the beginning, they kind of just pull the things out. They try and chew on them. I try not to because I don't want the paint coming off in his mouth. But I love this one because in this age range from 1 to 2 years, he started learning, so they pop out like that, and he started learning how to do that and he loved it. Then you can also match the colors. It works on their hand-eye coordination to get them back into the hole. Now I'll be like, okay, can you match the blue one, and he'll put it into the right hole, and he loves it. This is one of his favorites, and I had put it away for a little bit when we were rotating, and when I got it back out he was beside himself thrilled. So I do love it. He'll sometimes put them in upside down, so he's kind of learning upside down, right side up from this toy as well. It's very simple, and we just love this toy. I'm going to include the links to all of the toys that I can find below, just so you can have easy access. I know that helped me when I was trying to grow our collection, and I know around Christmas time or birthdays, it's great. I would just go through these lists and, find which ones I wanted and put them on my own list. And yeah, so I do love this toy. It's a pop-up toy. They have a ton of different ones. I really like the ones that are just simple, one activity, not 10 different activities in one toy. So most of ours are just the simple ones, and I do love them. So I'll link, I think I saw this exact one. I'll link this exact one if I can find it below. So yeah, that's one of our favorites. The next thing that we love is this ring stacker here. So I had also bought this younger because you can get different rings, which I'll talk about in my other video, that are just wider and they can practice taking them off and putting them on. But this is a rainbow stacker. I actually was trying to find all the pieces before we got here because this was scattered across our floor the other day and we're missing 2 of them. But this is fun for so many reasons. 1, the hand-eye coordination of getting the pieces on, and 2, just stacking. I don't know, they love it. They love putting them on. And I just remember when he first learned how to be able to get these little pieces on versus the bigger rings we used to use, he loved it. So he loves stacking them. He also loves rolling them around the floor, and it's great for learning colors, great for learning size. We're not quite to that point yet, but the colors are fun and just the coordination of it. So this toy is definitely a must-have with all the pieces. We got it, I think around 6 months we got it, and we started putting these pieces on probably a little bit after a year. So yeah, love this toy, highly recommend it. The ring stacker. The next thing that we love is this Object Permanence coin box. So this one is, they have another one for younger children, and I forget at which age exactly they recommend switching to this one. We just went ahead and got this one around a year for Christmas or his birthday. And this is great because they have the coins, so not only, I'll go into a shape sorter in a minute, but not only is it like the dexterity and motor skills to get the coin in here, like at first they're like, he actually used to put them on here and like pop them in like that, but to be able to get them in is something that is really great for their motor skills, and then understanding that like, oh, if I slide out the drawer, it's in here. So just the object permanence concept, practicing more with that, and it's just so much fun for them to be able to do that. So this box specifically I really love, and definitely is like, was fun for him. I actually specifically remember having people over while he was playing with this on the floor, and they were just like so enamored, like he just loves that toy. He's playing so well for like so long, and I was like, yeah, like these toys are great. So I always highly recommend this one, and I mean obviously all of these toys here. So I'll look at the shape sorter next. We got this shape sorter. It just has the 3 shapes, which I love for like the younger age. I feel like now he's starting to get to the point that I actually am looking at another shape sorter that has more, but for the younger age, just having the like 3 to learn that, like, you know, you can learn that this one's nice because it has the blue, red, and yellow. And then they could just pop them out on this side. And the other thing I love about this one is that it's a pull toy, so they pull this along the floor, and this spins, so that's also like really great for him, like when he was learning to walk and just trying to like pull this along with him. So it's kind of a multi-purpose toy, which I don't have a ton of, but I do love this one, and he's really enjoyed it. Sometimes I'll just get this out and leave the snail thing away, and we'll practice the shape sorting. This is definitely something that was like a big struggle at first, but then like he learned, and now he's like really great at it and just loves like that he knows where they go. So that's why I'm looking for the next level now. But for 1 to 2 years old, simple shape sorter I think is great. We've been at friends' houses and they have those more like 10 or 12 different shapes like on all sides, and those are just, even for me, like putting the pieces away, it's like a pentagon and a hexagon and like all the different like similar shapes. It's just like too many like shapes to put away. So I get overwhelmed by it. I'm sure that like a 1 to 2 year old would get overwhelmed by it. So yeah, we do love the shape sorter toy. Next is puzzles. So these are the very first puzzles we ever got him. This one he still loves. He's almost 2 now and he still loves this one. But I love this because it came in a set, which I will try and find below. But this was like a great first like puzzle primer to understand. I mean, he used to just take the pieces off, but now like he was able to get the circles a lot easier. And then this one is great because not only is he learning to put the puzzle pieces in, but he's learning shapes and colors. Like he actually knows these 3 shapes now, and he can pick out the colors like when I'm like, can you find the red piece? So this one is great, and it's a little bit harder, but it's also still pretty basic. So for the 1 to 2 year old range, like I feel like this one is perfect because it's just a little bit more of a challenge. We also got this puzzle, which I do actually love. It's loud. It is loud. I will disclaimer that. Melissa and Doug has a ton of different ones. I kind of want to get the instrument one as well because it helps them to like learn the sounds of things. But it's here, I'll show you. So it gets annoying, but he loves it, and it really has helped him to pick up that like fine motor skill to get the puzzle pieces in. So he probably in the last like 2 months only really started being able to do this well. Before that, it was just kind of like playing with it and the noises. So really only at the end of like the 1 to 2 year range did this really come into play, and he does love it now, and I feel like it's really helping his puzzle skills. So I'm really excited for this Christmas and his birthday that I can get him some more like complex puzzles, and we'll work our way up to that. So puzzles he loves, and they're a challenge but also enjoyable. The next thing is, I want to say his favorite toy, but he loves them all. One of his favorite toys is these realistic animals, and these are great for Montessori because they're great for vocabulary. So you can actually print out cards that have pictures of these animals and have them match to them, and he just loves them. He loves the animals. I feel like he knows so many different animal names because we actually have a ton of these animals. We have like dog, chicken. I started out with a lot of like animals. We do have dogs and chickens and a cat. And then farm animals. We live around a lot of farms, so I got a lot of farm animals. And he just like picked up on the vocabulary so quickly. So that was fun. And now he just loves playing with them. They're like his favorite toy to have out. So we have a ton of these animals. These are the Schleck brand and I really like them. So I'm going to link those below because they're just so realistic. And I'll actually link a shop where you can print the cards. And I think she uses these exact brand. You can print little cards that match the animals so they can work on their vocabulary. So that is like really fun. The next thing that I want to talk about is instruments. So we got this Melissa and Doug instrument set, and it is like so great for the 1 to 2 year old range. I didn't leave all of them out all the time. I think we started with the maracas because that was like really great for like the younger range of 1 to 2. This one is fun, but he would constantly be trying to step on it and stuff. So this I kind of put away for a while and maybe I'll get back out. And then they have these, which are really fun, and a triangle and just a couple other little things. We also got this xylophone, which he loves. I love music. I actually play piano and really enjoy that, and guitar, and so he's always kind of enjoyed music. So having like these instruments that he can play on his level are really fun to have, and I think I just love cultivating that love of music, so that's something that we like to have out and definitely value in our home. And then finally, having some sort of like tracker. So this, I'll pull this big thing over here. I don't even know if it'll fit on the camera. This like ball tracker, we're actually missing a ball. My father-in-law actually made for him, which I love. We had wanted this for Christmas, and he actually made it. So it's really great and it's just really fun. I'll just go ahead and show you like the start. But you know, the ball just goes down and it's very simple, but they love it. And I had seen someone else recommend this, and it's just fun for him to learn to like put the ball on the track, so like motor skills, but also just understanding the concept of it like going down. And we also like constantly are working on colors with it. We'll be like, okay, put the blue ball in or the green ball, and so that's fun. Another thing we had gotten is this little tracker here. It's just little race cars. This one is actually a little bit more of a challenge because the car has to go in this way. If it goes in sideways at all, it just kind of like gets stuck. So I feel like this has been really helpful for fine motor skills, and it's so much fun. He loves it. We were at a friend's house and they had it with marbles out, so it's definitely like versatile. So this is kind of like the smaller version of that, and he loves them both. And I do kind of try and switch them back and forth and just have that rotation going because that like really helps with their engagement with these toys. So that's pretty much all I have for Montessori toys for the 1 to 2 year old range. We do have so many more actually that I love, but those are my favorites, and I think those have been the most engaging and the most helpful for learning and just developing his skills. And so the 1 to 2 year old range I think is just such a fun age because they are learning so much and they are able to do so much more. I feel like the 0 to 1 range is amazing to watch how much they develop, but I just remember them getting so frustrated because they wanted to do something and they couldn't. And it's a lot of like modeling and helping them to like learn how to use their hands at all. And now they can actually like use them for things that they're trying to do. And it's just fun. It's such an exciting time. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you have any toys that you love that I didn't mention, or if any of these are ones that you love as well. Or if you have any questions about Montessori style learning for young kids. It's something that I have been getting a lot into. I'll link a book below that I love. It's called the Montessori Toddler. They also have one called the Montessori Baby, which I didn't really read when he was young, but for our next one, which I'm actually expecting in a few months, I will definitely be reading that book just because I love that child-led, interest-led learning and development. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't so that you can see when my next video is released. And I'm going to be releasing a video of the 0 to 1 year old range toys and what we love for that age. So make sure that you're subscribed, give this video a like, and I'll see you guys next time.